Hi parents and families, how are you? It's me, Mrs. Jenkins. I wanted to make a little video just for you today. This is week 4. We're going to be doing some writing assignments today. So in class we do a ton of writing. I'm a big believer in writing for kindergartners because writing is a way that they can, number one, express themselves and we can know what they have to say. And number two, writing is a very important puzzle piece for learning how to read. So we do writing every day. I want to start doing a bit more writing with them at home, but I needed to make this message for you because it's just something that's a bit challenging for adults. I know it was hard for me at first, and that is, it's very important that you not spell the words for your kids. And I'm going to explain to you why we do it this way. So when we're teaching kindergarten, of course, we're laying the foundation. They're learning the very most basic of skills for reading, writing, math, everything that we're doing, even social skills. We're learning very, very basic, low-level, foundational skills. And the same goes for writing. When a kindergartner writes, we can't expect their writing and their spelling to look the way that our writing and spelling would look. And here's the reason why. Here's how I like to think of it, because I'm a mom. If you think about your child way back when they were a 1-year-old, let's say right around 12 months, that's about the time when many kids learn how to walk. Think about their first attempts at walking. Think about what they looked like, how they stand with their feet spread apart and they slap their feet on the ground, and sometimes they stick their arms out like little Frankensteins, and we think it's so cute because it is. They fall on their bottoms and we help them up. I mean, think about the way your child first learned how to walk. The way a 12-month-old walks looks nothing like the way you and I walk. Why? That's because walking is a very, very complex skill, and it takes a lot of practice and basically a lot of strength building up their muscles, their coordination, all kinds of things. Even I think about the kindergartners, and I watch them at recess, the way that they walk and run, let's say across the field at recess. So yeah, kindergartners now, they can walk, they can run, but the way even a 5-year-old runs looks completely different than the way a teenager or an adult like you or I would run. So if you think about the progression of learning how to walk and run and have coordination, it's the exact same principle with writing. So what we do in kindergarten, they're just beginning their baby steps of writing. Therefore, we do not expect for them to have perfect spelling or even to spell most words at all. Think of those baby steps. So where we start with in kindergarten is we have sight words. So there's a list of, in our county, we have 39 kindergarten sight words. And the students are expected to learn how to read them, very quickly, and also learn how to write them and spell them. So in class, our expectation for the kindergartners is that they learn how to spell their sight words correctly. But then if you look outside of sight words, there's 50 million other words in the English language that they're just not going to know how to spell. I mean, they don't know how to read for the most part, and they just don't know how to spell those words. So what we do in class is we have word walls that I have several different word walls in different places, and that have these sight words. And in fact, I'm working right now on making a digital word wall for you so that you can have one at home. So even though we're expecting the children to spell the sight words correctly, I still have the words posted up so that as they're learning, they can go to that word wall and refer to it. So let's say they need to write the word said, and they just can't remember how to spell it. They can go to that word wall and see how to spell said and copy the word said. Even still, we're still providing supports and scaffolds for them. As far as all the rest of the words in the English language, we do not expect them to spell them correctly, and we don't spell words for kids either. Here's what we do, and this is a critical skill for literacy. We're teaching the kindergartners how to stretch words, or that means say words very slowly, and hear the sounds in the word and write the sounds they hear. For example, I'll give you a real life example. I have a dramatic play center at school in class. And when I send the kids back there, I'll put a must do assignment back there. So sometimes I'll give them an assignment that will say, make a restaurant, and you need to write or make a menu for your restaurant so you can invite customers. So you may have a child that wants to have rice on their menu, the word rice. So we know how rice is spelled, R-I-C-E. But a kindergartner who's writing the sounds they hear, they might write R-I-S, rice. So in that case, I would give the child a star. I would say, great job, because for kindergarten, that is what we're looking for. I definitely don't expect them to know how to spell the word rice, but they can hear the sounds and write the sounds. And if you think about it, even as adults, we use the very same skill that we're teaching the kindergartners. So think about it this way. If a random person were to walk up to you and say a word to you, you've never seen it before, you've never heard that word before. If that person asked you to write that word, how would you do it? Well, the way you and I would do it is the exact same thing we're teaching the kids. We would listen to the sounds and we'd write the sounds we hear. Now, granted, we may not spell it correctly, but at least we've got it down on paper. So that's where we are with our kindergartners. Just keep that image in your mind of that little baby taking his first wobbly steps. And we would never say to a baby, that's not the way you walk. Why are you falling down? We don't say that to a baby. We cheer them. We say, yay, good job. We encourage them. And that's how they get stronger. So I would like for you to help me do that as well at home with the writing. Please don't spell words for your kids. Help them listen to the sounds and then write the sounds they hear. We really want to encourage our kids. This is their first attempt at writing. And I want the students to know that what they have to say is important. I care about what they have to say, whether they say it with their mouth or whether they write it. That's what I care about right now. We're not worried about spelling. As they start reading more books and seeing more words, when they get in the upper grades, they'll learn a lot of spelling patterns. They will learn how to spell. But these are the baby steps. We want to cheer and encourage our kids to keep wanting to try. It's really sad to say, but I have had students in the past who they were either afraid to spell a word wrong, or what's probably more likely, afraid that the adults are going to get angry at them because they spelled something wrong. And then they just won't even try. They've already given up on writing before they even begin. And those situations are really sad. We don't want that to happen. So let's encourage our kids. Let's help them learn the skill, the phonics skill of hearing the sounds and writing the sounds. And then also we can help them learn how to spell those sight words, because that's where the spelling begins. So I am going to be posting a digital word wall for you that you could either print out or maybe put it up on a different screen on a different device while your child is writing, because that's going to help them spell those sight words correctly. And like I said, let's encourage them to stretch the sounds and write the sounds they hear, because that's what we're looking for. All right? Thank you so much. It's so interesting and such a different thing for us to be co-teachers, but this is what we're called to do, and so we're up to the challenge. All right, have a great day and more later.